SQL. So we'll understand, as I have said, to retrieve data, we would give some SQL commands. Okay. There are 5 different types of SQL commands: DDL, DML, DCL, and TCL, and TQL. Okay. So as I have said, we would give a different command to retrieve data from the database. So first one is DDL. DDL stands for Data Definition Language. It says how data should reside in the DB. It tells you to create the structure of the database. Okay, as I've said you, this structure you're trying to build. Okay, for example, you're trying to build a student table. What do you want? A student table. Okay, with some rows and columns. This is a student table. You need an ID. You need a name. You need an age. Something like that. Sorry. So A, B, C, age will be 21, 21, 22. Okay, what you're doing first, before entering anything, you're trying to create the structure of the table, right? This is where we use DDL. Okay, DDL, we have different commands like create, alter, drop, truncate, and rename. Okay, we have everything in DDL. Next is DML. You're trying to insert something, right? You're trying to insert something. This rows you're trying to insert, and something you don't want to this see. So you're trying to delete something. This is where we use DML. DML stands for Data Manipulation Language. And next is DCL. DCL is Data Control Language. There should be a specific user where he is able to insert these items or remove these items from the database. So that is where DCL comes into picture. Next is transaction control language. This is used to manage the changes made in the data. Like if you're deleting something or you want to save something permanently, this is where TCL comes into picture. Next is DQL. DQL is nothing but you're trying to data query language. You're trying to fetch the data from the DB. Okay, so we will understand all these terms. Let me just show you that how this is used. So yeah, so as I have said you, we have 5 different SQL commands: DDL, DML, DQL, DCL, and TCL. DDL stands for Data Definition Language, Data Manipulation Language, Data Query Language, Data Control Language, and Transaction Control Language. So yeah, so DDL builds the table. DML changes the data. DQL views the data. DCL controls the access, and TCL saves or cancels the changes. That is how, if you wanted to give a gist. So see, this is how I wanted to try to explain everything. So data definition language creates or changes table structure. Create, alter, drop, truncate come under the DDL statements. DML is data manipulation language. It adds, updates, or deletes data like insertion, updation, and deletion. DQL fetches data from the table. We use select command for this. And DCL, grant or revoke. To give permission or to revoke permission, we use DCL. Next is TCL, to commit, rollback, or save point the transactions. So let me just give you an example. This is an example table. We'll use this everywhere. So we have a student table with 3 rows. Okay, 1, 2, 3. Ravi, Anu, Kiran. These are the 3 names, and we have some age and we have some city. So for this structure, if you see, we have to build this structure. Like we want a student table with ID, name, age, and city. For that, we will use a create table command. So create table ID, name, age. Okay, ID is int, name is varchar, age is int, city is varchar. So basically int varchar, whatever you are trying to see here, this is nothing but data types in SQL. We will learn about this in our future videos. So once we run this command, a table will be created like this part, like ID, name, age, city with student table. Okay, this student table is uh, created. If you want to alter table, like if you want to add a column, like you want to add something called marks before this or inside this table, you can add that as well using alter table command. So next is drop table. Drop table is you're trying to no longer need this table, so you'll drop this table using drop table students. The output is table will be dropped. Delete the table completely. It deletes both the structure and the data. Next is truncate table. Truncate table is like table is truncated, like it delete all the rows, but it keeps the table structure. Like you have ID, name, age, and everything uh, will be present, but only this particular data like Ravi, Anu, Kiran, all these rows will be deleted. So in such case, if you want to delete only the contents of the table, you can use truncate table command. Next is insert. As I have said, if you want to insert something, you can use insert into student values and a row will get insert. If similarly, if you want to insert multiple rows, you can use insert into student values. You can give the entire record separated by commas. Next is update. You can update a particular students. Like for example, if you want to set uh, Mumbai to ID for an ID to, for example, if you're trying to use this to, okay, this is Delhi, right? If you want to update it to Mumbai, you can still do that. For that query, we use an update statement. Next is select. If you want to select name city from students, if you give this, it would give name and city only from the table. Where condition is you if you want to specify some condition, like if you want only students from Pune, you can specify where condition. So grant select on students to user one. Like for this user, you're trying to give grant access. That means only user one can be able to access that table and can retrieve data from that particular table. Like user one will be able to retrieve or access the data from the students table. Next is revoke. We are trying to revoke the permissions that we have given to user one. So we will remove view permission from the user. Comment is what is commit means save all changes permanently. Once you have created table, if you give commit, that means all your table is created permanently and no changes can be made after that. Rollback is undo changes made after last commit. For example, if you are trying to commit something and you are trying to roll back, that doesn't work. Okay, before giving commit, if you are trying to roll back something, that can work. Next is if you want to give a save point, like until this something should be saved, until this something should be saved, something like that. So we can use save point. It's something like to go back to a specific point, like a control Z for a database. And we have learned about different SQL commands. In next lecture, I would explain you about this SQL commands in brief. Like I'll make you understand what create is, alter is, drop is, truncate, and all the other SQL commands briefly. We will understand and we will write queries like I have mentioned here, right, with the example table. We will similarly create a database. We'll similarly create a um, table. Will try to perform different operations like create, alter, drop, truncate, rename, everything. And yeah, that is it for this lecture. I hope you have enjoyed this so far. If you find this really helpful, please like, share, and subscribe to my channel. Until then, keep learning, keep exploring.